If you spend enough time in the saddle, chances are you'll have more than your fair share of those close calls. But sometimes you have an experience that really shakes you to the core. A few days ago, I had a collision with the vehicle and it was really a great learning experience. I'd like to share it here with you. Zdravo I dobrodošli, bon dia, bem-vindos, servus, willkommen, buenos dias, bienvenidos, greetings riders, and welcome to an educational video, like we all are here, right? Of an experience that I had a few days ago, just 3 days ago, last weekend. I was with a client and I had a collision with the vehicle that really shook me to the core, as they said. It's not my first time to be hitting the dirt in a more serious way. I've also crashed in Spain, and that was more or less for the same reasons as this time around. So it's a really great learning experience because everything was caught on video, and I'd like to share that with you, and hopefully you can avoid the same mistakes that myself and the other drivers were making. So I was meeting a client 9 o'clock in the morning on the weekend, and we were going to do a private session at a local OHV park, off-highway vehicle park. So this is an off-roading park where you can take your dirt bikes and your dirt vehicles and just have some fun. So I have these private sessions and I was meeting a client. My mistake, number one, was that I allowed myself to be under the erroneous assumption that all vehicles that morning are going to be going one way, basically towards the park. This is a fairly simple dirt road that leads to the park, and it is a fire road that's kind of narrow, but again, I was assuming that most vehicles that morning were going to be going to the park, not away from it. And as you can see, the dirt road itself is pretty decent. I was on an XR650L with very knobby tires, a very capable dirt machine basically. I've reviewed that motorcycle on this channel. I was going at a speed that's very comfortable for my experience. With this motorcycle and setup, I could have been going much faster, but that was the comfortable speed at that time. And as you can see, going around one of the corners, a vehicle comes fast enough to basically leave the ground, do a little hop, do a little jump.
Yo, you and your buddy, man, are you with him?
Yeah.
He's fucking flying.
Yeah,
you guys are gonna get us killed,
so
man.
Sorry about that, yeah.
You're gonna get us killed.
John? I'm so sorry.
When I passed this vehicle, I had enough room to avoid a collision. I put my visor down to basically prevent all the dust that vehicle picked up to get into my face. My visor is typically open when I ride. I do have eye protection in the form of glasses, but when it's a hot day and when I'm moving kind of slow, I like to keep the visor up. I do wear an adventure touring helmet from the Shoei line with a roost guard, so that's another solution, I suppose, but I just found it easier to put my visor down. And as I was doing that, his buddy, basically another vehicle related to the first vehicle, came at a similarly fast rate of speed down a stretch of the path where there was no way to avoid it. By this time, we basically collided. And as you can see, it was a fairly serious collision. My luggage was destroyed both on the left and the right side. However, I was able to, avoid crushing my leg. As you can see, the car does not have a bumper. I'm not sure if this is exactly legal because the bumper, one of the functions of the bumper is to protect passengers to some extent, but nonetheless, we're still going fast enough to really not make that much of a difference. But let's rewind that and look at that one more time in slower speed. And you could see how when I passed the first vehicle, I put my visor down, but I also moved to the left, to the center lane, which is my mistake. So then this provides no room for correction, and we collide. So moral of the story, we're both moving too fast for the conditions, him more so than I, but nonetheless, I am the one who needs to care for my safety more because I'm on a motorcycle and I have to ride defensively. So again, moral of the story, slow down. Speed usually prevents these kinds of mistakes, or at least mitigates them enough not to make them a big deal. I'm lucky and I feel obliged to share this video with you so that you can hopefully learn from my mistakes. Thank you for watching. I hope this video has been educational in nature for you so you can avoid these experiences. Inevitably, if you spend enough time in the saddle, if you make motorcycling your lifestyle, then it's just almost like a probabilities game that we're going to have these very uncomfortable, hopefully not too dangerous experiences. Everything's a learning experience like this one was, so I'm glad to be able to share with you. I often spend some time on YouTube kind of looking at new videos of crashes, not for entertainment purposes, but exactly to learn how to avoid them. Thank you again, stay safe, until next time. Nick, I'm out.